When the name Tyler Robinson hit the headlines, it wasn't just another news story. It was a shocking tale of youth, politics, and betrayal, made even more haunting by the fact that his own parents were the ones who revealed his identity after he confessed to them. Tonight, we're unpacking the assassin from Utah, the engraving on the bullet casing, and the political beliefs that drove a 22-year-old into infamy. Tyler Robinson was just 22 years old. Barely past college age. Raised in Utah, in what seemed like an ordinary family. His parents, by all accounts, worked hard to give their kids stability, faith, and values. But behind closed doors, Tyler had grown restless, more isolated, more radical. His siblings remembered him as different, intense, hard to reach. Then came the confession that would shatter his family forever. After the assassination, Tyler turned to the people who loved him most, his parents, and admitted what he had done. In an act of moral courage, they were the ones who revealed their own son to the authorities. A family torn apart, but unwilling to protect the monster he had become. Tyler didn't just fire a shot, he tried to send a message. Investigators found an engraving on the bullet casing. Not random letters or numbers, but a phrase connected to his radical beliefs. It was part manifesto, part declaration. To him, this was more than ammunition, it was symbolism. He wanted that bullet to speak for him long after he was gone. So what exactly did Tyler Robinson believe? He wasn't a card-carrying Democrat or Republican. He was an extremist who thought both parties were corrupt, both sides rotten. Online, he dove into radical corners of the internet, spaces that thrive on paranoia, anger, and disillusionment. He saw violence not just as an option, but as the answer. In his mind, his act was a political strike, a way to shake the system he hated. Utah's governor addressed the tragedy, and his words carried a mix of heartbreak and shame. He said, "It's devastating, and deeply disappointing, that the man behind this horrific act came from Utah. This is not who we are." A state known for community, faith, and family values had now become linked to an assassin. For many, the governor's words echoed their own disbelief that one of their own could bring such infamy. In the political whirlwind that followed, former President Donald Trump didn't stay silent. In an interview, he reacted to the news of Tyler Robinson, calling him a young man consumed by dangerous ideas and questioning how someone so young could already be so radicalized. Trump's words only added fuel to the debate. Was this a failure of politics, a failure of family, or a failure of the system at large? The assassination wasn't just about a 22-year-old with a gun. It was about what came after, the family devastated by their own son's confession, a governor forced to confront his state's shame, and a nation left to wrestle with the growing threat of political violence. The engraving on that casing was Tyler's attempt to leave a mark. But the true legacy of his act is the pain, fear, and unanswered questions left behind. Tyler Robinson was just 22. His parents, faced with the unimaginable, chose truth over protection. His governor, faced with the disgrace, chose honesty over denial. And a country, faced with another political assassin, is left asking, how many more will follow? And what does it mean when the next generation turns to violence to make its voice heard? This is the story of a young assassin from Utah, a bullet engraved with hate, and the family who refused to hide his darkest secret.